Sure. So I think first thing is I would highlight there's two ways to get your ratio up. One is to increase the number of homes you have through either retention or recruitment or kinship care. Most importantly, you can get your number of kids coming into care down through effective prevention. So there's two ways to change your math. The primary incentive today is by joining this initiative, we are cutting the amount of just wasted time and energy at the state agency level. They're not filling out 300-page reports for us. They're not providing us updates on up to 14 different measures. Instead, they're reporting more timely information to us monthly, the ratio of homes to kids. We think that's going to catalyze more momentum and more action than any of the paperwork, compliance-heavy oversight that we had provided in the past. We are on the brink of announcing a bunch of grant opportunities for states that will be limited to states that are participating in the Home for Every Child campaign. So in addition to being able to redirect a lot of existing caseworker time and energy from forms to families, there's now, in the very near future, grants that are going to be available only to states that have joined this initiative.
Do you have a total dollar amount for how much grant money will be available to states?
TBD.
You mentioned oversight. I assume still there'll be oversight of families to ensure that they're in right homes, healthy homes.
Yeah, so primary measure is looking at the ratio of homes to kids. There's right ways to get that measure up. There's wrong ways to get that measure up. So when we report monthly, there's going to be a dashboard launch that compares every state on that measure. But then when states join this initiative, they pick some chaser measures, I'll call them, to demonstrate that they're doing it safely. Some states have looked at repeat maltreatment. Some states have looked at placement stability. So one of the things that happens next after a state affirms that they're going to join the Home for Every Child initiative is we now negotiate a PIP, a program improvement plan between the state and the federal government. In the past, these were highly contentious, multi-month processes. We're now negotiating these in a matter of days to weeks. Nebraska negotiated with us in 3 days. Maybe there's competition one, maybe we can beat that. But in so doing, the state picks some chaser measures that demonstrate they're getting their ratio up the right way. With the leadership team and having worked with this team in the past, I'm confident in their ability to do it the right way.
Maybe for Director Patel, when you're speaking with potential foster care families or foster care families that have decided not to continue care, what tend to be the barriers or the reasons that they don't remain or ultimately join the foster care system, and how does paperwork fit into that?
Well, there are a few things. One, let me say that we routinely survey our foster parents, and we get feedback. The feedback that we get from foster parents is, I would say, overwhelmingly positive. Some people do stop fostering for reasons that they have, negative systemic experiences for one reason or another, but many of them stop fostering because they adopted a child and they want to close their foster home for a period of time while that child assimilates into their home as a full-time child. So you have very good reasons why foster parents close their homes, as well as some of those reasons where they experienced a challenge. Let's say that they were with a child for a long time and ultimately that child reunified with their biological family, which is of course always our first goal, redemption and rehabilitation of the family. But that may have put that foster home through a certain amount of emotion, and they may just want to take a break for a while. So you have lots of reasons why people close their foster home. Some people, of course, have negative systemic experiences with us or other partners or other issues where they have difficulties. And what we want to do is work to streamline that process and to help them all we can to stay in the work if they want to stay in the work and ministry to these families.
So with this initiative, in what ways will it help get over those barriers that you are seeing?
Well, I think one of the biggest ways is, like Secretary Adams mentioned, it will eliminate some of the burden of reporting that we have now so that we can focus more on what you might call more streamlined and efficient goal setting and then goal seeking, right? So we can achieve these measures. We're going to keep on chasing the target of one family, one home. Right now we're doing fairly well. Our ratio in our last measure is 0.74. It's not bad. We got about 85% of our children in foster care that are placed in family-like settings. That's a generally good measure. We hit 33% placed with kin in January of this year. That's a very good measure. 5 years ago or so, we were closer to the 6% mark placed with kin. So we've come a long way, and the target for kin is 50%. Placement with kin helps stabilize the placement, encourages reunification faster and permanency faster when reunification isn't possible. So it's going to help in a number of ways. Yes, we have a number of counties where the need is the greatest, but I do want to emphasize that the need exists in every county, right? So usually in your most populous counties, you have a greater need just because of population, right? So Richland, Greenville, Horry, Spartanburg, Charleston. We need families in all of those counties. But importantly, you need families in every county and every community so that children can be placed closer to home. That helps stabilize them, it reduces the trauma, and it allows them to hopefully reunify with their family easier and quicker. But you don't want to pull them away from their school, their church, their friends if you can avoid that. The more families we have that have the call on their heart to serve like this, the more of that we can avoid and help these kids. Thank you, everyone.